Hello Hell. Short story by Emily Furniss. As I sat in lesson, feeling the heat of the day getting to me, I looked around, again not paying attention. I hummed to Alice Cooper, I've got to get out of here. The teacher looked at me and called my name. Do you ever listen, Emily? Said the teacher whose name I could never remember. I looked at her and replied, well, I do. But not to those people who do not teach well. I heard a rally of shouts, at which I ignored as usual. Wait behind after, we shall have a chat. I grumbled, but agreed as if I had a choice. After class, I packed my things and waited as the teacher waved off to everyone. I felt my skin crawl. The teacher turned round and looked at me with her cold, dark, evil eyes. No one can see this. Not even my best mate. She said that was being ridiculous. You need to watch what you say, because your staying in the classroom in silence will drive you insane. Well, that's what they say. The teacher looked away and went through her drawer and started shuffling a few things. I stared at the ceiling, bored out of my brains already, as I thought what she said. Maybe I have become mental, without me knowing. All my friends do complain about that I am a bit psychotic. I thought deeply. It must have been 20 minutes into lunch. I was so angry at this time. I had missed 20 minutes on my lunch. It's ridiculous. She stopped rooting through the door and looked at me. Alright, you can go. But come here first. She pointed to a spot on the floor. I walked over, just keen to get out of the room, and it started to creep me out. She was right, I was going bloody mental. She laid both her hands on me and looked at me. I felt a slight prick. Ow! That made me flinch. She moved her hands on me. It must have been an electric shock of something. Are you okay? You just flinched. She seemed worried. I nodded and rubbed my arm. All I need to say is that you're a very smart child. I wouldn't want that to go all to waste, because that would be a shame. Then again, it might be too late. What do you mean? I asked quietly. I mean, go and sort yourself out. Like I said, these rooms, this school, any rooms can drive you mental. I walked out of the room shivering. One teacher passed me and asked if I was okay. I looked like I was dying. I bloody felt it. As I walked towards the common room, on the main building, I felt my body become weak. I walked into the main building, where I heard the people's voices suddenly increase. I cried out as if my ears were bleeding. One teacher popped their head out of their room, and I fell to my knees. The shouts increased. Bells started to ring in my head. Oh God, my head started banging on itself. The words rang in my head. Welcome to your nightmare, Emily. You've gone mental. That's the end of you. The darkness started to fade my vision. And the last few words I thought before I hit the ground was, goodbye me. Hello hell. I woke up, my eyes stinging as I opened them, the bright light making me close them again. I opened them again, allowing them to getting used to the light. As the room came into view, it was all white. 3 plain walls, that's all I could see. Having my back against one, but I was guessing it's white because it would make no sense. I tried moving my arms but couldn't. I felt as if they were locked. I looked down and saw what I thought was only in movies, or what I had seen in movies. I felt panic overrun me. It was a straitjacket. I wanted to scream for help, but my throat closed up and made me choke. I felt as if my throat had been rubbed with sandpaper. I swallowed glass. I felt vomit travel up my throat and burst out of me. My spluttering must have caught the attention of a nurse that was passing my room. She walked in and shook her head, then walked out again. I realised I was standing up. I was tied to a wall. "You're going to die here, Emily. Look, you're in a nightmare. Look, you've had it before. See? See? She said you would go mental in the end. She told you." The voice in my head screamed at me. I shook my thoughts clear and tried to sing Alice Cooper Ballad of Dwight Frye, rocking slightly, or trying to rock. Seemed something that I could focus on. It wasn't helping much. About an hour later, a kinder looking nurse came in. "Hello, sweetie. How are you?" she asked sweetly. I croaked something which sounded like a dying duck. She chuckled and undone my ropes that held me against the wall. I collapsed onto my knees as my legs wouldn't take the weight any longer. I looked at her with thankfulness. "Thank you," I replied with a shredded voice. "You seem a lot more awake today. How long do you think you'll have been here? It's just a question I have to ask every time." She asked quietly, as if she cleared my pile of vomit, which was mostly blood from my throat. Maybe 2 days." "Why? And why does my throat hurt so much?" She looked at me with sad eyes. "You have no idea, do you? You've been here over a month, and you have been screaming every night since you came here. Not nice. They tried to put you to sleep, but your nightmares always woke you up, and always took over you." She looked away from me as I took in the information. Once I had relaxed and got a little bit of strength, she helped me onto the bed that had no support. She explained that I had attempted to kill anyone who came into the room before anything, so they had to take anything hard out, anything metal, anything, just everything. Only a mattress remained, even that didn't have springs in it. The only person who didn't was me and a gentleman. It seemed to calm you. We had no clue who he was, but we let him in because you requested him. You never said his name, but you saw him come past your room several times. I looked confused. I felt my body go back into the darkness. I tried to claw my way out, just mentally, not physically. The wall started to go black and close in on me, melted into hot tar. That puddle ran my body and stuck me to the wall. My mind started taunting me. "You're going to die here. The nightmares have got you here now. No getting out." My vision came clear and I noticed the rope on the floor. I had to. She had her back turned. I grabbed it and created a loop, and that I could tighten and knot to the other around my leg, so I could put it through my weight on it. I swung the rope round my neck. I took one breath and let out a last scream. The nurse turned around as she saw the rope tighten and snap my neck. I felt the life slowly fall out of my body as I choked on my last supply of oxygen. "I told you, you're going to die here. But hell isn't going to stop now. It's only going to get worse." I closed my eyes and I felt the last part of life leave me. My mind chuckled as I let hell take over me. Goodbye, hell. Goodbye, nightmares. Hello, hell. You wonder why I'm still speaking to you, and how I'm still speaking to you. Apparently because I'm dead. I never died. Well, my physical being is. But every time you see that thing at the corner of your eye, anywhere, in a pure white room, or even a classroom, and you see something waiting on the corner, when you look at it and it's gone, it's me. I have to see if anyone else has experienced what I have experienced. Not yet, so far.